Yo, what's going on, guys? Happy Final Four day. Let's go, my KUJX. Rock Chalk, baby. Let's talk about the All NBA teams conversation today. There are 16 guard spots for 6 spots on the All NBA teams, okay? And that basically, it's very interesting because there's a lot of players from the guard spot. Then in the forward spot, what you have 13 players for 6 spots, and then when you get to the center spot, you got 6 players for 3 spots. We'll start with the guards. I want to hear your All NBA teams first, second, third team for guards, forwards, and centers. Let's get right into it, and I think it'll be interesting because, hey, I think it's fun. So, look, when you see the guard spot, we have some wiggle room here because we should probably try to utilize it as best as we can. You'll notice that I personally don't consider Jimmy Butler as a guard because he's really spent most of the season as a forward, and DeMar DeRozan is also a forward, even though the NBA had him listed as a guard in the All-Star voting. Jaylen Brown should also get quite a consideration from the guard position. So, in my opinion, that leaves us 14 spots for 14 players for 6 spots. So, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, John Morant, Luka Doncic, and Steph Curry are all locks. I don't care how you see it. I think that 4 is guaranteed, okay? You know, the 2-time MVP had this lone stretch of the season where he's struggling with his shot, but beyond that, he's had so much fun this year. And with that being said, with Chris Paul and John Morant is the 2, guards. You could say Luka Doncic is another guard, Steph Curry is the other guard, and Devin Booker is the only really shooting guard. I think the last 9 spots, you gotta go between Trae Young, James Harden, Drew Holiday, LaMelo Ball, Darius Garland, Fred VanVleet, DeJounte Murray, Zach LaVine, Donovan Mitchell, and that's where I think if CP3, Devin Booker, John Morant, Luka Doncic, and Steph Curry get the first 4 spots, I'm going with Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, DeJounte Murray, and Zach LaVine. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I know there's 6 spots, so if I had to do the first 3 from the first, it would be John Morant, Luka Doncic, and Devin Booker, potentially, just because Steph Curry and CP3 did miss time. And then behind them, I would go DeJounte Murray, Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young. Now, we go over here to the forward spot, and I know the forward spot that I think we can all agree that Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, DeMar DeRozan, and Kevin Durant are locks for the forward spot. And I know Kevin Durant has missed a lot of time, but he's been so good in the 50 games that he's played that it shouldn't even be an argument at this point. And that leaves us with the final 2 spots, so let's eliminate some of those 9 remaining players. Draymond Green is somebody who I'm going to consider more of a center, but he was also barely on the court for half the games this year, so he's not going to get anything. Miles Bridges, Brandon Ingram, Chris Middleton, and Mikal Bridges all had excellent seasons, but I don't think they make the cut either. And that leaves us with Jimmy Butler, Jaylen Brown, Pascal Siakam, and LeBron James as the final 4 options for the final 2 forward spots. So I think the locks are Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, DeMar DeRozan, and Kevin Durant. Okay, for the first 4 spots. And then the last 4 spots, I think it's a 4-way race between Jimmy Butler, Jaylen Brown, Pascal Siakam, and LeBron. If I had to choose, it's going to be Pascal Siakam and Jaylen Brown. Now, we get to the center positions, ladies and gentlemen. And this one's so much easier because it's really Joel Embiid, Bam Adebayo, Jared Allen, Nikola Jokic, Rudy Gobert, and Karl-Anthony Towns. You could argue those are the 6 best centers for 3 spots. And I'm not going to cop out and say that the 2 MVP candidates should be the guys, but I mean, they're the locks. Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic are the 1 and the 2. Now, I think we don't have to get cute here because those two are 2 of the top 3 MVP candidates. As for the third, I think it's trickier because you either... Oh, I just hit something off my table. But you're either a Jared Allen fan or you're a Bam Adebayo fan. So with that being said, both, didn't play 60 games this season. And they played fast and loose, but neither had, I think it really makes you think that Bam Adebayo and Jared Allen will eventually become all NBA players, but I think Embiid and Jokic are 1 and 2, and Karl Anthony Towns is 3, with Rudy Gobert behind him for a close fifth. I mean fourth. So my first all NBA team is Devin Booker and John Morant, with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, and Nikola Jokic. Second, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Durant, and Joel Embiid. And third, Chris Paul, Trae Young, Jimmy Butler, Pascal Siakam, and Karl Anthony Towns. What are your thoughts down below, guys?